Hello and welcome to another video from Between the Ropes TV. I'm joined by Yas this evening. Yas, how are you, pal?
I'm good. How are you, man?
I'm not too bad, mate. I'm not too bad. We're just going to go straight into this one, guys. We're going to talk about the upcoming BT card at the weekend on the 19th of November, headlined by Liam Davies versus Ionut Baluta. It's on BT. It's in Telford. Yes, this super bantamweight clash. Ionut Baluta comes in with some reputation. Uh, do you think Liam Davies is bitten off more than he can chew?
Not really. I feel as though it's a fight that I'm not too worried about it. I feel like it's a decent fight because obviously Liam Davis he's coming off, some good form ever since he's signed with Frank Warren and Queensbury. He's won a few of his fights, so he's on quite good momentum right now. So of course you're gonna when you wanna you're investing in these fighters, so sometimes you need to throw them in just to see if what you're actually putting your money and your time into is worth it. So I feel as though this is a good little test for him, and it's for the European super bantamweight title.
That's right.
So Liam Davis, obviously we know him, he's local in Telford, this is in his hometown. He's going to be excited, he's going to come out and really want to put in an exciting performance because it's really hard for fighters to get on these undercards of these big fights, etc. So by doing so, when you put on a good performance on cards like this, it kind of opens a door for you to get a slot maybe on a Tyson Fury show or Anthony Yarde show on the bigger cards. So of course he's going to want to go in there and impress in front of his home crowd in his hometown.
Well, it's ironic that you're saying that, isn't it? Because Anthony Yarde is on the undercard of this, and we'll talk about Anthony Yarde a little later on. But where I was going was, you look at Ionut Baluta, people automatically look at his 3 losses, but don't forget he's been in the likes with Michael Conlan, who he lost to, but he'd also beaten the likes of David Joyce, who's a pretty decent name on the domestic scene. Okay, he's Irish, but don't forget he also beat Brad Foster, who is very highly rated. You had Liam Davis in his last win against Mark Leach. But I just kind of think the names and the caliber of the opposition that Ionut Baluta has been in with, do you think that gives him an advantage against Liam Davies?
Yeah, I think psychologically it would give him that edge. Like, look, I've been in with guys who, like, look at the likes of Michael Conlan, the conversations that he's in right now. He's been in with the likes of them and he's gone the distance with people like Michael Conlan. So he's thinking, look, I've fought guys who have gone on to do great things. I haven't looked too bad. I've been in there. I know what I'm doing. I'm a seasoned guy, etc. So of course, that psychologically he'll come into it psyched up, thinking, look, this is time for me to ruin the script, and just come in and cause an upset win. But I feel as though Liam Davis is going to feed off the home crowd energy. His people will come out, and I feel as though he's fighting for a European title as well. So that's only going to want to make him put in a good performance because he knows if he picks his belt up, what it could do for him next year. There's good fights that he could get into. He can feature on good shows as well.
So what's your prediction, Yaz?
I back Liam Davis to win, quite a close points decision, but I don't expect it to go all his own way. He'll have a few hard rounds in there, and I back him to get a close points win.
Fair one. Moving on, we're looking at Anthony Yarde. He has a fight against Stefani Koikov, beg your pardon, from Bulgaria. Yes, Anthony Yarde can be forgiven for overlooking this fight, can't he? Because clearly he's got his eye on a bigger prize. Is this a potential banana skin for him?
I feel like once you get to that level of where Anthony Yarde is, where you're kind of waiting for your shot, every fight that you take is a banana skin. I feel like it's sort of like when Dillian Whyte was going through that phase of taking on hard fights after hard fights.
Oh yeah, that mad run you went.
Every fight is a banana, and he was taking on guys obviously much more high level than the guy that Anthony Yarde's fighting. But of course it's a banana skin purely because Yarde hasn't been in the ring since last year, end of last year. So it's almost a year since he's been in the ring what is he, 30, 31 years old as well?
31 Anthony Yarde is, yeah.
Exactly. So, you know, that it's not really ideal. And that's been the case for a lot of our light heavies in the UK. They haven't been as active as we'd like them to be. And the years are going by. And so it's not really good for their momentum and development. But this is, for me, it is a routine, just a quick routine warm up before. And I feel like it's just to get his momentum for when he goes into camp for the Beterbiev fight that's going to happen early next year, providing he gets through this test.
Yeah, I mean, my only slight concern with this fight for Anthony Yarde is how active Koikov is. And usually, when you've got a fight lined up pretty much signed and sealed, you like your opponent to be not necessarily a walkover, but when you've got somebody with 14 wins and 12 of them have been stoppages, yeah, we can talk about the quality of the opposition or lack of quality of the opposition. But this kid's being active, and Anthony Yarde hasn't been as active. And we know what an inactive Anthony Yarde can be like, how lethargic he was against Lyndon Arthur. Do you think that Anthony Yarde will have any complacency in his mind when he takes on this challenge on Saturday night?
There's always a risk of it happening. Me personally, for what he's setting out to do from next year, I expect him to come in there and just get the job done. You know, don't like if he feels as though he's rusty and whatnot, don't take the risk. And you know what I mean, just get the job done that you need to do. But there is a risk of complacency because we've seen it before. Obviously, I know he was going through stuff and whatnot in the first Lyndon Arthur fight, but it's very easy to slip up, and these are the times where fighters usually slip up. You know, they work hard to get in their position. They've got long times out of the ring as well. It does affect you. Like, yes, you can be as active as you want in the gym, but it's different to fighting under the lights, fighting, you know what I mean? Fighting on fight night is different than in the gym. So that's where I feel like as long as you could get a quick start and just don't coast around, get in there, just do what you need to do, get out, try to take minimal injuries, minimal risks. So you go into camp fresh, no niggles or anything like that for the biggest, you know, this is arguably one of the biggest fights of his career coming up, providing he gets through.
And very quickly, Yas, give me your prediction.
I've got Anthony Yarde probably forcing a stoppage on this guy. Yeah, I feel probably after that round 3, 4, maybe force a stoppage.
Right. And also on this card, we should have had David Avanesian on the card. However, he's taken on Small Fry by fighting Terence Crawford. That's agreed to take place in December. Do you like that fight for Avanesian?
I mean, for him, like that's probably a career high payday, exposure. Like he's fighting obviously one of the elite boxers. I see Crawford winning that one quite convincingly. But you know, it's an opportunity for Avanesian. He's been making noise for quite a while. You know, there was talk, I don't know if you remember a few months ago when people were saying get Conor Benn to fight him, etc. Now he's coming up against someone who is better than Conor Benn. Is going to be a much tougher test. He's gonna get paid well. He's gonna get the exposure, etc. I think that fight's gonna happen in America as well. So you know, it's good to see fighters get opportunities to go out there. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm not too excited for the fight, but it's good for Avanesian, that fight.
Okay. All right. And guys, you've heard it there. You've heard Yas's breakdown of the card, of the fights. Let us know your predictions. Let us know what your thoughts are of the fights leading up to Saturday night. Guys, we'll catch you on the next video. Take care.